complain to both of them.
Okay.
And to you.
Okay, but that's fine. That's what I need to know, what the public wants to know, and that's the people we try to get in for you.
And, public shouldn't have to pay 6% on a seed for food or a plant for food.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, we'll bring it up to I'll see if I see him as well, Mike. I'll bring it up to him. See if we can get him to discuss it.
Okay. God bless. Thanks.
Okay. So I'm all right. Got sidetracked. Okay. Well, go ahead. What the question you were saying about? We're getting back to your opponent, that the issues that you have with him.
Yeah.
That you saw, when he was here. I'm sure you heard it, and you were all very graceful. I have to say that. I'm very respectful to each other.
Yeah.
And even though
exactly. I like Todd Platts personally. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with him as a person. We do disagree on some issues, and I think that's where our conversation needs to be. We need to talk about those issues.
Right. But what has Todd Platts said about you, since he knows your views on it? Has he said anything new about what you differ at?
No, he usually my only response that I've seen from him so far has been he's and this is a typical response from an incumbent, and I expect that because as an incumbent you have to take the position that my positions are correct.
Yeah.
So he's telling the news and me as well that this is don't make a negative attack against me. We need to focus on the issues, and I agree. I absolutely agree with that. But my job as the challenger is to highlight the mistakes and the missteps that we've made to make sure we improve.
Now, because you said you said you're not holding the whole administration accountable, because everybody who votes is voting is supposed to vote for their constituents, right?
Yes.
Regardless of what the Democrat or Republican, and I've seen that quite a lot when I was watching the votes when it was going to the health care and so forth, and it sort of baffled me a little bit, and I wonder how our people really look at the way they were voting when it was just doing the health care. It sort of surprised me with the Republican Party. I mean, I hate to say that, and I don't like to get involved, but when they had 7 different things that they put in the bill, then turned around and voted against it.
Yes.
That's what sort of baffled me. I really was trying to understand. I can understand that they might not have liked everything in the bill. But however, if once you get it passed, you can always change things and alter them and do something too. And I think the main thing was to stop some bad stuff that was happening, and they had to do it. Well, see, the thing I was seeing, and as I remember, as the president was saying, he was being talked by thousands of people that needed to put this because they had family members that were dying. Now, here's my thing. I'll let you address this, but is it coming down to our lives only worth a certain amount of dollars and cents? Now, I'll say this for this reason. When the president was going by the statistics showing that like 28,000 people every year in this United States is dying that didn't have health care. He was being contacted by thousands of people, young and old, whose family was being denied. Now, what the people was misunderstanding when they said about people, so you can get health care, you can go to the emergency room and get, they don't deny emergency care, but if it goes beyond that, that's when your insurance companies kick in. Well, even in the emergency room, you got health care, because if you don't, you got a bill, But, and those bills can add up, and they can usually...
They bankrupt families.
They can bankrupt family. So when it comes to, if you go to the doctor and said, okay, we can treat you with a pill temporarily, but you're going to need a long-term camera, the chemotherapy or whatever, some operation, that's when your insurance kicks in. That's what was happening. What the people didn't understand. The insurance companies then said, oh, we're going to have to pay out $1,000. Well, they got a pre-existing condition, so we ain't going to honor it. Now you can't get your operation. They can't operate you because who's going to pay for it?
Right.
And this is what the people was not understanding when the president was being contacted by people saying, they got kids that were dying. Remember there was a story about the 9-year-old boy. They denied him because pregnant. That boy was going to die. So we're going to say, well, if we pass it, it's going to put more money in that deficit. So we're coming down there saying because there's going to be more in the deficit, we're going to let people die.
Yeah.
And that's what I was saying that the party was not seeing. So what we said, we're worrying about money. It's too late to worry about it now. It's already done. But we can do something to help save somebody's life. And I think we have had a deficit plenty of times, and we always come out of it. Every generation is going to work it out some way or another. But that's what it sounds like. And I'm saying, it's saying your life isn't worth spending money. Money is more and more important than your life.
Yes, I think you're absolutely onto something here, and this is why I run as a Democratic candidate. Because if you look in the past history of what the programs that have been most effective, they've been the Democratic programs. Okay. They're Social Security, Medicare, these are programs that have probably been the best poverty reduction tools ever created. In 1920s and 30s, if you were old and you did not have a family, you died. Now we have a system that you have support, and you can live out the golden years of your life and enjoy yourself. And actually, you can contribute to society. Because I know for a fact, I have quite a few volunteers in my campaign who are retired. Okay. And I support that idea. I mean, why wouldn't we want our retired families to help us with their grandchildren, with our communities, and be involved? Those are essential, and that's what the aspect of this healthcare bill is about. It's about making sure that everyone has equal access. You can choose not to take advantage of these access, but you have to have access to those.
That was the thing that always that when I was listening to debate, and that's what I really had a hard time understanding. I understand their point of view when we're saying about a deficit, but our country is growing at an alarming rate. How many, we got large population of people. When you got large population, it costs more money to feed and care for these people and health care. And of course, you're going to run up a big cost. So there's going to always be a cost. So all they can do is start, if you don't want your taxes raised, how are they going to pay for it? Right.
Yeah, that's the conversation. I hope Todd and I have this conversation because it's the whole point of our discussion needs to be what do we want and what do we want to pay for.
Right.
If we don't want health care, we don't have to pay for it. Right. And we can cut our taxes. Right. But I think as a community, we all want to have health care covered for people who are at risk because we know for a fact that they're going to show up at the hospitals and we're going to pay for them anyway.
Line one. So. Okay, let's see if she's new. Hello, Peggy. You're live with Joe. Hello, Peggy.
Hi, Joe.
Hi, Peggy.
How you doing?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You look nice tonight.
Yeah, you got a question for us?
Yeah, I'd like to speak to Mr. Sanders about
How you doing, Peggy?
The health care. I'm having trouble breathing, as you can probably hear.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Go ahead.
Mr. Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
I'm disabled.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on Social Security. I don't have any participating doctors. And the one doctor I have that's participating, I can't have if I get welfare.
Okay.
Because he's not a participating doctor. And I don't want to give him up. And I thought the whole thing, one of the things was that you didn't have to give your doctors up.
With the new bill, yes.
But you do.
Well, this bill has not been put in place 100% yet.
No.
They're still staging it in over the course of from now through 2014. So portions of this we're still waiting for it to be implemented.
And also, besides that, even to get a regular doctor, and they think I may have cancer. In order for me to go find out for sure where I do have cancer, but I have it in another area. In order for me to find out about this, the money I have to pay out, the test that I have to pay for, I can't pay for.
Right. And so do you?
And I'm scared to death, really.
I know. This is exactly. You're in a situation where most of us don't want to be. And your health care should cover these things. Now, you have, making sure we put this together, you have Medicare.
I have Medicare.
And Medicare doesn't pay for it, correct?
No, they'll pay a partial.
Got it.
They'll pay part of it, but what the doctors won't cover or the hospital won't cover, the hospital and the doctors expect you to cover.
Right.
What Medicare doesn't cover.
Right. No, unfortunately, this you're actually addressing the point that we need to discuss, which is cost. The cost has to be addressed in some way, shape, or form because we can't afford to. Medicare is obviously a good program and pays for a lot of bills, but we have to make sure that we're making the bills for your service affordable, so you can manage it. I don't. Without knowing the details of your particular issue and how much your bills cost and where we can get support, I don't know that I can address it. But
let me give you an example. I went to get a prescription filled, $280.
Yeah.
For 1 month. I can't afford that.
No, you can't. And you should be with the new bill. You should be covered on the. There is an extension to reduce the.
And that Medicare D is just a big laugh.
Yeah.
they've been having trouble with that ever since they put it out.
Yeah.
Medicare D.
Unfortunately, it was an expensive program.